folks. It's time to relive the misery. And I know I'm a couple of days late here on the Raiders recap, but come on. At this point, we're just shuffling turds around. There's no point. Season was over last week, so these last two games in the docket mean absolutely nothing. The Raiders are just playing for pride, and really, they're kind of playing for their jobs, because I think a lot of these people are not going to be on the team next year. A lot of the coaching personnel for sure is not going to be here next year, so right now they're just trying to do whatever they can to make a final decent impression, and that's pretty much it. That's all you can say. So, yeah, needless to say, the Raiders lost a 19-10 road trip in Philadelphia. Kind of surprising score there. People always kind of thought Nick Foles was going to throw like 7 touchdowns like he did that one time, but not that bad. So the Raiders, I guess defensively, they looked all right. Let's look at the official metrics here. Now, I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch the entire game. I watched the first half. You know, it was on Christmas, so you got other stuff to do. You got family to take care of and candy to eat and puppies to walk. So I missed out on a lot of stuff. But yeah, the first half, I was fairly pleased with the Raiders' performance. But then again, that wasn't so much the Raiders rising up to the level of their opponents. I think it was the Eagles just going into complete just off mode, completely dialing it down and heading down the stretch. They really weren't trying that hard, so don't pat yourself on the back too bad. You still lost the game against a team which really did not give a crap they were on the field. So, yeah, statistics. Derek Carr, 15 for 29, 140 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. What can you say? Bad year for Derek Carr. But then again, you know, you also had so many plays that were negated by dumb penalties. You saw that deep shot to Marty Cooper in the second half, which could have been a touchdown. That was a good 50, 60 yards of real estate taken off the board. Why? Because the offensive line likes to hold. Rodney Hudson, he just loves doing that. Gabe Jackson loves to hug people. And it's one of those things where if you look at the interceptions for Derek Carr, it's been happening all year round. It's not straight shot, bad, overthrown passes. It's these weird things when the receivers go out, they try to catch the ball, they can't hold on to it, it's deflected, and then, blah, the defense gets it. That's been happening all year long. It's a complete fluky cosmological thing, but you know what? I'm not going to put the blame on Derek Carr. I'm going to blame on the receivers not being able to hold on to that stuff. Too much, not enough mustard on the hot dog, but whatever. I'm not going to blame Derek Carr for this. I compare that to Nick Foles, 19 for 30, 163 yards, but he was sacked twice for 25 yards, so his total net yards 138, which is lower than Derek Carr. Well, actually, no, it's actually 1 yard higher. Forget it. But his stats weren't that great either. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So both these quarterbacks not really having career days. Rushing, what can you say? The Raiders did Philadelphia very well. Marshawn Lynch looking really, really good in these last couple of games. Took him a couple of games to actually get into the swing of things, but he's looking very consistent. 95 yards on 25 carries compared to Ajayi, my bad, who had 52 yards on 14 carries, but also had a receiving touchdown. He's getting a whole lot of those. So yeah, there's that. That's a positive. Marshawn Lynch, hopefully he will be back next year. He's looking very, very good. Keeping the Raiders competitive, I think, in a year where the receiving has just not been up to snuff. Marty Cooper, 66 yards on 3 receptions, including a touchdown, but it should have been over 100. He should have had that one in the second half that was called back because of holding. That would have put him over. I would have actually put him pretty close to like 200, actually. Could have been the game changer, but alas, didn't happen. Rest of the team, not a lot to say. Seth Roberts, 23 yards. Lee Smith, 16 yards. Nobody else had touchdowns, so don't even bother. Philadelphia, yeah, not a whole lot to say either. Nelson Aguilar had 35 yards, 4 receptions. Zach Ertz, 9 receptions, 81 yards. Now, if you're the Eagles, you got to be thinking, you know, if the Raiders give you this much of a challenge, then what's going to happen down the stretch? I mean, what's going to happen when you're playing teams like Minnesota or the Saints or Carolina or the Rams, who have these high-powered offenses and really, really good defenses? It doesn't bode well. I mean, this is a team that could be eliminated in the very second round. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Not exactly the best impression you made here, guys, in the postseason. Strangely enough, really interesting thing, though, is Michael Crabtree, he had no catches all night despite being targeted 3 times. So there's that. And of course, it was the most fumblicious game in history. Looks like we got here. Philadelphia had 3 fumbles with 5 recoveries. Not sure how that works out. I guess just keep slipping around. Oakland, of course, had 4 fumbles, of which they lost 3. So, yeah, they lost. The turnover margin there is -3. You do that and you're going to win games. Jalen Richard had 2 lost fumbles. Marshawn Lynch had a fumble. And I hate myself and everything in the world because of this. Well, anyway, that's that. Defense, Navarro Bowman looking really, really good. He's been probably one of the best linebackers we've had all year round since we got him from San Francisco. Reggie Nilsson looking pretty decent. 3 passes deflected. Khalil Mack doing what he does. 1 quarterback hit. Who got the sacks? Denico Autry and Jihad Ward. Yeah, pretty good. You know, the defense, obviously you got to do a lot of stuff with the secondary because we haven't actually had a secondary this year. You got to work on the interior line, but I'm not going to be too bad about the defensive front 3. And I guess the secondary overall has been playing a little bit better than they probably should have, considering the lack of talent there. Not saying they're bad, just they're not, elite by any stretch, but they've been playing a little better than I thought they would. So there's that. And Reggie Nilsson, he got himself an interception. Patrick Robinson, Ronald Darby from Philadelphia got their interceptions. Kick return stats, punt return stats, nobody really cares. Javaccio, he went 1 for 2 on field goals. Jake Elliott, 2 for 3. And lastly, Marquette King, doing what Marquette King does. He's Marquette King, y'all. Alright, well, not a whole lot to say about that. A game where you can tell neither team's heart's really in it. They're just waiting for the offseason. We got one more game against the Chargers. They're playing just for pride. I guess really the only thing the Raiders can have there is a homecoming to LA, and it gives them an opportunity to bump off the Chargers, get them out of playoff consideration, which would be pretty sweet. I'd be happy with that. But yeah, just a big disappointing season, no matter how you shake it. And a lot of things are going to be changing in the offseason. We're going to be seeing some personnel changes, some coaching changes, almost certainly. Downey is almost certainly going to be out of a job by the time February rolls around. And the draft's coming up. What are you going to do? You're going to add to the secondary? You're going to build that up? You're going to look for the linebackers? Maybe get another running back? Maybe up the receivers? Only time will tell. A little bit too early, but disappointing loss, disappointing season, disappointing Raiders. That's the story of 2017 in a nutshell.